Welcome back to your weekly look inside Hilltopper Athletics. Welcome back the head women's basketball coach, Jayda Ruffus-Milner. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Coach, how's it feel to be coming back home for the, what do you have to say about the road trip?
Road trip was good. Lots of lows and lots of highs. Glad the lows were on the front end and we came home on the high end. But yeah, it was a good road trip. You know, we always want to split, and we figured out a way to get that done.
Did Saturday's game in Laredo feel at all like a must-win?
We try to stay away from the must-wins. You know, you hear that all the time. Coaches say must-win, but like, what's going to happen if you don't win? Is it life and death? Is somebody going to lose something? So we try to stay away from the must-win type verbiage. But I think the girls understood that, you know, the standings and as we're getting closer to the end of February and March is creeping in, they understood the magnitude of the situation and how many teams are fighting for those last couple spots. I think more so than anything, I think it was more about a response from us. You know, Thursday we had one of our typical games where we came out okay. Kingsville came at us in the second quarter, and we just did not battle back at all. And so I think it was more this sense of urgency for us to at least make sure that regardless of what happened in the game, that we did it on our terms and that we were true to who we were. And so I think that was the emphasis. I think they did a great job, and obviously it was a back and forth game, and came down to the last couple possessions, and we executed on both ends of the floor.
Especially in the offensive side of the floor. We talked about it. It's been hard to get everybody going. It's sometimes the front court, sometimes the back court. You had 4 players in double digits. As a coach, when you have everybody rolling on the offensive end, does that change the way you coach at all?
I don't think so. You know, I think the thing was offensively that I was most pleased with is that Kingsville does a really good job of taking away the paint. And when they take away the paint, sometimes they bring ball side, they bring backside. And, you know, we really stressed that in film Saturday morning. So I think the thing I was most pleased with is that we were starting to make those reads that we've talked about so many times, but yet when we get to game time, we failed to make those reads and to get those shots. So I don't know that it necessarily changes anything. In some regards, it makes things a little easier because, you know, so many of our sets flow through the same people, right? And so if those people aren't in the game, we struggle, what are we going to call? And so I think if at anything, it was a little less stressful of a game to coach offensively. I think the stress was on the defensive end and making sure that we contained their post player.
What was the point of emphasis on the defensive end of the floor?
Well, I think if anybody watched the game, they noticed that Lauren was really never anywhere near her man. And that was by, you know, that was our goal. She was kind of not going to guard whatever her number was, number 30. She wasn't going to guard her. She was going to sit down on Ray Brown, who had 39 points the night before against St. Mary's. And Lauren did a good job of just really being a rover almost in a sense, and being in front of the post player and doubling down. She got a critical steal to get us the ball back there with 10 seconds left and give us a chance to win the game. I think that was the emphasis, you know, making sure that whatever points their big got, she got, you know, honestly, that we didn't just allow her to get low position and turn and score. She's probably one of the best posts in the league, if not players. So it's a really tough assignment. So I think that was the goal, and to keep them in the low 60s. I think we did a really good job.
Yeah, the defense looked great. And turning defense into offense is something, if you watch this team, has really helped you. You guys like to get out and run the break. Coach Key told me earlier in the year she has a page of 30, 40 pages just of plays on the sideline. Have you guys got a chance to run that out of bounds play?
Never run it. Actually, she drew it up on Thursday. And you know, I told Jessie after the game, you know, she's always drawing, she's always studying, she's always showing me things. And that's a part of her job responsibility. She just really, one, she loves it and has a passion for it, but two, she just really takes it seriously. And I actually got on the bus Thursday to go to the Kingsville game, and she pulls out her legal pad, like old school legal pad, and she has all this courts drawn up, and she's like, "What do you think about this set?" And I said, I think if the defense is playing the right way, I think that it will be very effective. And she's like, "How much time do you think?" And I said, "Well, it could probably be as short as 2 or 3 seconds, or, you could run it with anything over that." And she's like, "Okay." And so sideline, I don't know, it was about 1:20 left on the clock. She's like, I think we had just missed a layup running back the other way. I think it was a tie game. She's like, what do you think about drawing up? And I was like, I said, "I don't know. I trust you." And then we fast forward to the timeout. She looks at me and she's like, "Do you think that's the play?" And I was like, I said, "Do you think that's the play?" And she said, "I think that's the play." And I said, "I trust you." And so I said, "You get it drawn up and get yourself collected and make sure we have the right people in the right spots. And I'm going to go talk to him about the situation and make sure everything's cleaned up with timeouts and where we're at with everything. And then you come in the huddle and let's win the game." And she did it. She had them right in the right exact spots. And the kids executed it. I don't know if you could see it or not on the video, but Morgan actually lost control of the ball when she was trying to inbound it to Sammy. And she had to, get it back. And then Sammy Ray Brown was denying her, pressuring her, chased her all the way out. It was perfect. And then Jayda's timing, I think, was the best part of the whole thing. She really waited until the right time to loop back around. And Sammy executed a great pass. And then I think the biggest part of it is for Jayda to step up and make the free throw, because that changes the sets that they are going to draw up on the other end, right? And there was still 7.5 seconds, so that's plenty of time. So for Jayda to collect herself and go up and knock down a free throw in a spot where, she struggled at times, I thought was huge.
Because whatever happens in the next few seconds is going to determine who's going to be the victor of the game. And a foul with a possibility of a 3-point play, foul on number 5.
I'm joined alongside graduate student forward from North Hills, California, Jayda Ruffus-Milner. Appreciate you coming on.
Yep, I appreciate being here.
All right, first, coming off a road trip, you guys stopped a 2-game losing streak. How are you feeling coming home?
Feeling really good. I mean, our last win was full of energy. We really came together compared to the game before that. So it was a must win. We were locked in all 40 minutes, and just finishing up that game with a W is going to definitely allow us to bring that same energy moving forward tomorrow.
You talked about, I'm sure a lot of the fans were thinking, use the word must win. What was the mindset going into that game in Laredo on Saturday?
Well, we know as the games, getting fewer and fewer, we're trying to make it to the tournament. That's the ultimate goal. And we knew that we're trying to figure out a way to consistently stay together as a team, and this felt like the opportunity. They're a team that they beat us when they were here, and kind of rubbed us a little bit the wrong way with some stuff. So we were making sure we had a lot of things to kind of fuel us to get the dub. So
you had 4 players in double figures on Saturday. What's it like when everybody in the offense is getting it going?
Oh, it's so great. It just feels like everyone is having their best game, and when we're kicking it out and people are taking the shots that I know they can hit that shot because I'm in practice with them. So when they're hitting it, it just makes it feel like, oh yeah, no one's stopping us today. No one's stopping us today.
10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 63 all. Can you take me through that final play?
So final play, I was like, okay, I'm looking at the score. I'm like, dang, this could go any way, but we had the odds with us. We're already in bonus right now, so I'm like, we just have to be strong because they're probably going to come at us. We might just get some free throws just off that. Call a timeout. Coaches call a timeout. Our assistant, Key, draws up a play we've never ran before either, so it was great. It was perfect, too, because I was like, they're not expecting this for sure, because we weren't expecting it either. So that was just, I was just hoping that Ronnie was gonna hit the girl that was guarding me so I could get that back screen, and it literally worked so perfectly. It was just like, it was magical. So.
Oh, the chemistry looked great. It looked like you've ran it 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly on point.
Yep, exactly. Yep. They didn't see it coming. Even from the beginning, I was like, she doesn't even know. She's standing in front of me. She should be behind me, but hey, it's okay.
The free throws were critical too. What was going through your head at the line?
I was like, I better make this free throw. Free throws have been my weakness this whole season, as everyone knows. So it was just, I was just thinking like, come on, Jay, this is the time to like prove yourself. Put my team up 3, so they have to come down to knock down. And that was the first thing I said after I made it. I went to my team. I was like, hey, I'm gonna make my free throw today. So I'm gonna make my free throw today. So yeah.
You know, 8 of the past 10 games you've been in double figures. What's been going on for you in the offensive end of the floor?
Well, I'm just really locked into the role that I have to bring. So I know I bring a lot of energy on the defensive end. That's like my main thing. I love getting stops. I love forcing people to do different things from their offense. But I also know that I need to convert offensively. And I feel I always look back at my previous games and I see what things I can do better. So every game's been a learning experience, but I know that I have to at least be in I have to have double figures in order to make sure that my team is comfortable on the offensive end.
You know, you have a really prominent role in the offensive end of the floor. What's your mindset and identity on defense?
I mean, I play with a lot of passion and I'm very reactionary and stuff like that. So in my head, a lot of that is fueled by my defense. I'm always telling myself like, you know, well, I'm going to get this stop. Like, oh, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm always fueling myself with thoughts like that on the defensive end because I just don't want anyone to be comfortable. And I don't want anyone thinking that it's easy to be defended by me or they could do what they did in practice or in their pregame warm-up. I'm just a player that's trying to disrupt everything that they thought they were going to do. So they never really get in a flow. So stills, I'm always looking for that still to get. If I could get a block, I'm always trying to do something, you know, be up there with Sammy, hopefully I pray one day. Yeah, so, I mean, I just really love defense. It's very competitive for me.
Jayda, we appreciate you coming on. Good luck this week.
Yep, thank you so much.